CEO Elon Musk's father, Errol Musk, has been accused of sexually abusing 5 of his children and stepchildren since 1993. The report was published by New York Times. The first allegation against Errol Musk, who has been married 3 times, surfaced when his 4-year-old stepdaughter reported inappropriate touching. A decade later, she accused him of other misconducts. Similar claims have been made by 2 daughters and a stepson. According to the New York Times report, 3 law enforcement probes were conducted, out of which 2 were closed without action, and the result of the third is not known. Errol Musk, however, called this allegation false and baseless. America's shocking $100,000 H-1B visa fee has rattled global talent market. With the UK reducing visa costs, China introducing new K visas, and the UAE opening its doors to innovators, America's rivals are seizing the moment. With the world's brightest minds now looking elsewhere, is the United States giving away its edge in the race for talent? Find out in this report.
The United States has just shaken the global talent market. The Trump administration's decision to slap a staggering $100,000 annual fee on H-1B visa applications is changing the rules of the game. For decades, America was the dream destination for skilled professionals, especially in tech, healthcare, and research. But now, companies like Amazon, Google, and Microsoft are feeling the pinch, and thousands of workers, many from India, may see their American dream slipping away. And guess what? Other countries are moving fast to seize the opportunity. In the United Kingdom, Prime Minister Keir Starmer is rolling out a bold plan to make Britain a magnet for the world's brightest minds. A new global talent task force, backed by a £54 million fund, aims to attract elite scientists, researchers, and innovators. One proposal on the table: cutting visa fees entirely for top achievers. The message is clear. If America closes its doors, Britain will open theirs wide. China is also stepping in. From October 1st, Beijing introduces the K visa, a brand new category designed for young science and tech professionals. Flexible, long-term, and open to independent researchers, the K visa signals China's determination to lead in future technologies. And then there's the United Arab Emirates, already a hotbed for expats. From golden visas for innovators to remote work permits to a new blue visa for sustainability experts, the UAE is offering multiple flexible pathways at a fraction of the US price. Add in zero income tax, world-class schools, and cutting-edge infrastructure, and it's no surprise global talent is flocking to Dubai and Abu Dhabi. So while Washington insists this policy will protect American jobs, the reality is clear. The global race for talent has never been fiercer. And with Britain, China, and the UAE lowering barriers and rolling out the red carpet, America risks losing its edge as the world's innovation hub. Because in today's world, genius knows no borders, and the competition for the brightest minds is just getting started. With Shaurik Shah, Bureau Report, India Today Global.
Joining us live to discuss the situation of H-1B visa fee hike and what are the alternatives for students is also those who are seeking jobs is Dr. Karun Gupta, Global Career Counselor. Dr. Gupta, thank you so much for joining us. Let's begin with your first reaction when you heard that there is going to be a fee hike up to $100,000 for somebody who's passed out of Harvard. What did you make of it?
Thank you. Thank you very much, Geeta, for having me. Of course, things have not been easy for students and potential work aspirants. We're talking about 0.6 to 0.8 million H-1B visa holders who are impacted with this decision. And we know that each year around 85,000 visas are given. So, and historically, we also know that the chances of getting this visa in the lottery is around 1:7. Now, what's going to happen is only the best and the brightest would be eligible for the H-1Bs because only a handful of top companies can actually afford to pay the $100,000 fee. This
That's
also
right.
means that going forward, the rush for H-1Bs is going to drastically reduce, and next year there will not even be a lottery system. So all in all, there is shock, there is disappointment, and things are going to be different for students who want to work in the US from next year.
Right. Right. In terms of concerns, now you have a lot of students in India who are consulting with you. Are you getting a lot of calls from them about what should they do next and how to go about things?
Absolutely. So a large part of the students or a large part of the students who want to work abroad, they now are looking at other avenues. The students who want to study in the US and want to go just to top universities and possibly come back to their family businesses, nothing has changed there. But the students who are looking to work abroad, they're looking at other options. For example, we now have students inquiring a lot about Germany. People are once again asking, is Canada still open for them? In Germany, if you just look like a decade ago, you had like what, 23, 24,000 Indians working there. And today we're looking at the number to be nearly at 135,000. Overall, the Indian diaspora in Germany itself is over 300,000. Germany signed that comprehensive migration and mobility partnership with India. They introduced the Skilled Workers Act. Now they have lower barriers to degree recognition, and it's easier to even switch jobs in Germany because what Germany is saying is that we want Indian engineers, IT professionals, healthcare workers. We see a lot of interest in Australia as well. Australia has permanent migration of nearly 185,000 people, and 70% is just for skilled migrants. So
Right.
there are like 300,000 Indians on temporary visas in Australia, students, graduates, young professionals. This means that they already have a strong pipeline feeding into the skilled migration system.
Right. Right. Again, Karan, it's not just Australia, Canada, or for that matter, Germany, European countries, China. Now, all the moves to counter China, and now we're looking at people looking at China as an alternative as well. Should they be looking at China at all? How big an alternative has China become?
It is ironical for sure, Geeta, no two ways about it. When it comes to students, however, they want a good brand, high quality education, and then, of course, the chance to stay back and work in that country. With China, what's happening is that we have limited global institutes. They can only absorb a limited number of students. There already are so many students from China, Singapore, Hong Kong, etc., who are trying for those institutes. There aren't that many spots left for Indian students. So the admissions are very, very competitive, not necessarily because these institutes are better, but just because the sheer volume, the amount of Indian kids and international kids who are applying to these institutes. So that's one. And two, again, work visas in China are not very easy. Again, in countries like India and China, you already have a very, very large population of people trying for jobs. So we've got to keep this into account when people are looking to apply to universities in China.
Right. Dr. Karan Gupta, thank you so much for joining us and giving us this perspective. That's all in this edition of India Today Global. For all the news and updates, you can log on to India Today. And also for all the latest on international news, do log on to and subscribe to India Today Global's YouTube channel. Goodbye and take care.